everybody. How you doing tonight? Well, you know, I happened to think about something I used to do with my kiddos. A lot of you know that I had 4 boys, and I got to thinking back when they were little. And I think back then, if I took them to the barber shop, it was like $3. And there was times where I didn't have $3 a piece to get 4 boys haircuts, or whoever needed it. So I would attempt to cut their hair. And I'm sure as I'm sitting here telling you this right now, they didn't appreciate my haircuts. But they knew that we couldn't afford to go to the barbershop. And that made me sad. Made me very sad. I'm kind of glad that I had boys instead of girls, because I would have been so embarrassed to be able to cut a little girl's hair and mess it up so bad. You know, when you got short haircuts for the boys, you can kind of maybe hide a little bit of that. Sometimes it's harder to cut it for the girls and hide it. So, how many of y'all have been doing the same thing or experienced the same thing? Maybe with, you know, you had to sew a patch on the pants. Maybe you didn't even have the stuff to sew with. Maybe they just went with the hole in their pants. Maybe you were a little short on washing powders, detergent, so you didn't even get to get the laundry done. I understand. I totally understand. So my question is, do you want things to be different? I would have loved it if I could afford it every time my kids needed a haircut to take them to get a haircut. Because I didn't go to barber school. I didn't go to beauty school. I did cut hair. I did curl my mom's hair. I do cut my mom's hair a little bit. I used to cut my hair back in the day when it was real long down there. I don't do that anymore. I pay somebody else to do that. So, in order to be able to afford these things, I had to figure out a way to supplement and make more money to be able to provide for them boys. Not saying that my husband didn't then either. He did. We both did the best we could do. But here's the deal. Those days are behind me. Now I've got grands and great-grands. And I want to be able to provide more for them and help them so they don't have to struggle like I did back then. So y'all sitting at home right now with them babies, and maybe you've got another one on the way. Maybe you're excited because your first baby's coming or your third baby's coming or whatever. And daddy's still working 2 jobs and you're trying to figure out how to get all this stuff done. What is it that you need? How much of it do you need? Do you need more time to spend with the babies because that's what your heart desires? Do you want to take a trip so your grandma or your mom can spend more time with the babies and they get to learn their extended relatives? It was hard. We made some trips to see, you know, his family and my family. We lived closer to my family at the time, but we made trips out to Kansas then so that my kids could spend time with their grandmas. So my question is now, what is it that you're trying to do? What is it you're trying to achieve? What's your goal? Where do you want to be by the time those kids are in junior high or high school? How many years is that going to be? Trust me, and it goes by so fast you ain't going to believe it, and they're going to be there. And there are going to be so many things that they need and they want. Are you going to still be saying, sorry, I can't afford that? Or are you going to be saying, okie dokie, come on, let's go shopping. Mama's got the money and we're going to get it. We're going to find what it is that you need or that you want. So, this is why I'm talking to you right now. What's your goal? Are you going to be ready for them questions when they come and say, Mom, can we go to the store? Or you're going to be saying, honey, we ain't got the money. I know what I want you to be able to say, because I know what I want them babies to have. I want them to have the best life possible. So, what I do is I sell 4 digital products. And right now, It's $3 billion a day for digital products. And in the next 10 or 15 years, somewhere in that, I can't remember the exact date, it's supposed to grow up until 300 billion a day. I just want my part. I'm going to get my part. I'm getting my part. So what is it that you need, that you want to fulfill? What goal do you have that you're trying to reach? You stop and think about, those babies are going to grow up pretty soon, and they're going to need a graduation present. It costs money to even graduate anymore. You got to get this. You got to get the cap. You got to get the gown. And then you're going to have the pictures taken. You got blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, yeah, they graduate from kindergarten now. Then you got, preschool. And then you got preschool and then kindergarten. And then you got junior high. And then you got the high school. And then they're getting married. Oh, Lord help you if you got the girls, right? So, sorry about my nose. I'm sorry. How you going to do it? Have you even thought about that? Right now, it might seem like a century away. Well, guess what? A century's only 10 years, right? It might be a century away. But before you know it, it's only going to be like tomorrow. And you got a lot of birthdays, and you only have 18 of them. 18 birthdays. How many of them do you want to spend? Oh, I really want to get Susie or Johnny this, but we just can't afford it. I really want to get Mary Jo and Jimmy this, but we just can't afford it. I want you to be able to say, what do you want? And then take your adult mentality here and decide if that's appropriate for them, and be able to go get it. Put a big red bow on it and surprise them. Y'all, 4 digital products. 100, 300, 600, or 900. Buy the 900, you get all 4. A one-time $29 website fee. One time. You buy these, they're yours forever. You get the resale rights. One-time $29 website fee. That's it. It's not an MLM. You're not paying monthly fees. When you do what we do, and it's all yours, your bank account goes ding, 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 and that is 100% profit. I've been in MLM. I'm still in one, and trust me, we don't make 100% profit, but I do with this. I make 100% profit with this. And you're saying, how do you do that? Well, trust me, if you want more information, you know what to do. You got to put the stuff right down there, right? Put your information right down there, and we will get that to you. And again, I apologize for my allergies. I want you to be able to discern for yourself whether this is right for you or not. If you have 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day is all it takes. And if you can get up 30 minutes earlier in the morning, or you can do 15 minutes or 20 minutes maybe at your lunch hour, or whatever, you can make this work in lumps of different times, or you can make it work 2 hours at a time, whichever you prefer. I'm 68 years old. If I can do it, I know some of y'all can do it. I'm trainable, but sometimes it's a little hard-headed, so I got to maybe do it once or twice before it really sticks in that I've got to do it this way, because what I've been doing in the past ain't been working. And I know y'all are coachable. If you're on here listening to this right now, at the end of this, we're going on 9 minutes. If you're still listening to me, you've got something to reach. You've got a goal to reach. You want something more for your life. You are the only one that can make that decision. You're the only one that can reach out to me and give me a yes and say, I want more. I'm going to change our lives, whoever our is. I mean, you might have family members that stay with you. My mom, she's 95. She stays with us. She owns part of the house. We all share in the house. So don't knock her out. 95 years old? No, honey, don't knock her out. She's not a burden. She's an absolute joy to have at this age. What do you want to be at that age? What are you going to be at my age? What's your kids going to be at this age? I know what I want for mine. I know what I want for my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. I'm going to get it. I'm working on it very diligently now to be able to provide that legacy for them. So let me know if you want to do the same thing. If you want to be able to go to the grocery store and not have to say no, drop the yes in the comments down here, and I'll get with you. Have a good night.